Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University, and customarily a trip here involves a journey to K-ville. Instead, you will be engulfed by the Wade Wackos, the Duke fans ready for their Blue Devils to go to work. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So North Carolina's offense will take the first swing of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build... Look out.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll give it to him again. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give from the gun. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Power football with the run. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 4th down, going to the air. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the only time it's okay to stretch the ball out and fumble the football is on 4th down and short. It's on 4th down and goal. You have to lay out. You have to reach that football. You can tell he was trying to maybe reach that football, coughed it up. Defense forces the fumble and gets the stop on 4th down.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
He'll pitch it.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The Tar Heels will hustle to the line. Out of the gun, the inside give. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2. You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face, going for it inside your own 40. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Makes a grab enough for the first. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
They'll go right back to him. Runs through the tackle. And he was running with authority, especially with that stiff arm for a solid gain on the play. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the Tar Heels are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Handoff from the gun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to run for it. The Tar Heels have a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Give to the running back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And the Tar Heels will keep this drive going.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
The give to the back. And he'll be stopped for no gain and will be stopped for the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Wants to throw. It's Bender. They're bringing heat. Makes the grab down the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Just drives it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Auburn is down, but they are not out of it. Not in Jordan Hare, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by 9 to Tennessee. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And the Blue Devils in the hurry up. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
You know, as an offense, when you're trying to complete these tunnel screens, you're going to have to be able to negotiate some of these defenders near the line of scrimmage. They're all looking to swat it away. Good job by the defense there.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
The Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Right back to the well. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Skips away from pressure. He'll try to do it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the 1st down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
They'll go to the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
No doubt offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the 2nd half.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Bender. Flips it out in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's going for the big play. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. The Tar Heels will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And the Blue Devils want to crank the tempo. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Creates a little space. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. The Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You've got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? He'll try to get it through the air. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
He'll do it himself. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. That was run to perfection. No matter what the defense did, he was going to make sure they guessed wrong.
And this coaching staff shows you the confidence they have in their quarterback. Put the ball in his hands and make him make a decision. He sees the defender, he keeps the football himself, and gets to the outside using his speed to pick up that first.
After misfiring, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Number 18 on the field goal.
It is good. Now, there is a flag down on the play, but when you knock through a field goal from that distance and you're not going to get the 1st down, I think you just keep your points. Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. They're setting up the screen. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, looking to throw. Trying to get to him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
This drive started about the time Walter Camp invented football, but the defense can finally get a stop on 3rd and long. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They've got the screen set up. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Timeout, North Carolina.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. Good right down the boulevard. And that'll tie things up as we head toward halftime. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Auburn is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. And if that quarterback can find a little magic a la Cam Newton, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by just 2 to Tennessee. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. With just about 30 seconds to go in the half, how aggressive do you want to be here? With jet sweep pass. Crosses the 30. He's off to the races. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Back to throw, it's Bender. He's taking the shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes a connection. He'll work his way down to the 28. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. The hand to the running back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Splits the uprights. Good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime.
North Carolina, 6-3.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
Just about set for the second half kickoff. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counter approach? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's caught. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
And the Blue Devils are in the hurry-up. To the ground with the back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
The Blue Devils will call on their punt team. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. North Carolina. Back in the Tar Heels, so pleased to send the offense back out. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against you.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Buying some time. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying to impose their will with the run. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they get him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Looking to the end zone on third and goal. Just about had the pick in the end zone. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Splits the uprights. It's good. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
Looking to throw on second down. Got his man on the right. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Looking for room, it's King. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. And the Blue Devils headed quickly to the line. He's looking for a man on second down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Fires to the big fella. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. The Blue Devils look to keep this drive humming. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it, open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on second down. Handoff from the shotgun. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Throws to the wideout. He makes a catch. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Defense looks like they're coming. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Fires to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Back to throw, it's Bender. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
Showing the arm strength down the left side. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. Looking for a productive play on first down. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the run, it's Washington. At the 35, he's loose. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
They'll line up to go for two. Dropping back, it's Bender. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
The two-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. North Carolina, 15-3.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. And the Blue Devils moving quickly to the line.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Takes the easy one to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to get the first through the air. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And you can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch,
And that pass intercepted. Trying to take it back. The 20. Touchdown, UNC! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This possession... after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Blue Devils racing to the line in the hurry-up. On second down, he'll let it fly. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He's got it inside the 25. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver streaking straight down the outside of the field. And my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. The receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
Fast motion from the offense. They go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And the Tar Heels will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Gutierrez. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. They march 79 yards on the drive. And he capped it off with a 27-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'll be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Let's go!
He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. He'll set up to throw. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right.
Afterburners coming. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback.
Black 24! Black 24!
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. Can't get him to the ground. They made the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. On second down, he'll fire. Pulls it in. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. And the offense just chooses to spike the ball.
It's second down.
Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Got the quick pass.
The sideline pass on third down was complete. Mark out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Fourth down coming up.
How good has this offense been on fourth down, converting all 3 times, and they're lining up to go for it again. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. The tackle is made, but he's got it. First and goal from the 6. And the Blue Devils want to move quickly. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one.
Second and goal.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6.
Lasso!
He's looking to throw. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. The snap sets up the throw. Into the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.